As Enterprise, the health food store that's located at 3807 East 8 Mile Road, about 3 blocks west of Ryan. And we're there to service you Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7. And you can give us a call directly at the store at 586-757-DIET. Again, that's 586-757-DIET. Our old number still works, 313-366-DIET. And you can leave me a text or give me a call at 313-600-8532. Um, hmm. It's so much stuff going on about COVID this and COVID that. And we presented a lot of information about it. But today I wanted to talk about keeping a clean house with non-toxic chemicals. Okay. As you see here, I got some detergent. My wife will be wondering where her detergent is at. But I just wanted to show you there's natural detergents that doesn't have the chemicals in it. So when you go to wash your clothes, you put them on, you're not absorbing them all day long. Okay. And what I like to do is take a cup or two of the acidic water that we have at Healthwise and put that in each load. Okay. That it just and helps with the cleansing, but it helps to neutralize a lot of the chemicals and poisons because you still got your tap water. So that helps to address that too. But these natural cleansers, most people already have them in your home. Okay. You can clean your home using natural ingredients like baking soda, okay, vinegar, coconut oil, lemon, Castile soap, and as one more that's not on this list is called rubbing alcohol. Okay. And I had ran across an article about rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to see if I can find it while we on the air. Okay. But the other information that I just thought was like a breath of fresh air. Okay. Commercial cleaners emit toxic chemicals that may cause headaches and respiratory difficulties, organ damage, and cancer. That's how powerful breathing those poisons in. You can clean your home efficiently and safely using natural ingredients like baking soda, vinegar, coconut oil, lemon, Castile soaps. Essential oils can be added to all of your homemade cleansing supplies and laundry detergents for an extra antimicrobial boost. You know, like the peppermint oil, okay, or the lavender oil. Ditch synthetic air fresheners and scented candles for an aromatherapy diffuser, which smells wonderful and has therapeutic benefits. We've had diffusers at Healthwise, and if folks want to get some diffusers, we can get some more. A cleansed, decluttered home provides a much-needed sanctuary from the daily grind. It's hard to fully decompress if your home is dirty and untidy. And the average American worker spends nearly 1 hour on housework daily in an attempt to keep a house clean. But there's a misconception that in order to truly clean your house, you got to don rubber gloves and spray harsh chemicals to do it. In fact, one of the primary reasons for cleaning your home regularly is to clean out the many toxic chemicals that have accumulated in your household dust. Flame retardant chemicals and plastics are among them, along with thousands of species of bacteria and fungi. However, if you clean your home with commercial sprays, wipes, scrubs, and polishes, you are putting toxins into your home environment instead of removing them. The same goes for most laundry detergents, dryer sheets, and air fresheners. Even those strong-smelling lemon and pine scents, the ones many people believe are the epitome of a clean house, are created by toxic versatile organic compounds, VOC. Toxic versatile organic compounds. You do not expose yourself or your family in these toxins any longer. Okay? You need not do that. As it is simple to clean your home with non-toxic cleansers, you can even recreate the same clean scent you love using essential oils. And your home will smell much better for it while offering you therapeutic benefits at the same time. As an added bonus, by creating your own non-toxic cleansers, you will probably save money too, compared to buying commercial cleansing products. Scented products emit an average of 17 VOS. Okay, remember we talked about that VOS, versatile, organic, versatile, toxic, versatile organic compounds, VOS. And so, have you ever felt nausea, dizzy, or gotten a headache after cleaning your home with toxic cleaning supplies or using air freshener? It's probably because of the versatile oxic substances, the chemicals, VOS. Eyes, nose, throat irritation is also common at the time of use. And over the longer term, these chemicals can damage your liver, your kidneys, the central nervous system, and even cause cancer. Research by Ann Steppenmein, formerly with the University of Washington, and currently a professor of civil engineering at the University of Melbourne, Australia, and the colleagues tested 25 household products, including air fresheners and all-purpose cleansers, many of them top sellers, okay, in their category. The team found the average number of VOS emitted was 17. They wrote in the journal Environmental Health Perspective, quote, "A single fragrance is a product can contain a mix of hundreds of chemicals, some of which, lithidine, citrus scent, reacts with the ozones and emitted air to form dangerous secondary pollutants, including fibromyalgia, formaldehyde." Okay, that's in embalming fluid. Some of these cleansers. The researchers detected 133 different VOC. Most commonly detected were lithidine, and this is chemical, and there's this A beta pine is that pine scent, and althidine and acetone, often used as carrier for fragrant chemicals. Like you just heard the good news. Just Mikhail from Healthwise at 3807 East 8 Mile Road, and that's about 3 blocks west of Ryan. And there's a big parking lot between us and Long John Silver, and we're there to service you 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7. And you can call us directly at the store, area code 586-757-DIET. Again, that's 586-757-3438. Our old number still works, 313-366-DIET. And then if you want to reach me, You can at 313-600-8532. Today, springtime and folks is coming out, and that's, like I said, it's a good thing. And I love to ride my bike, and so I'm just talking to a friend of mine on the way here about, riding our bikes around Belle Isle, the city. But I was studying this morning about, the title just intrigued me, about muscle mass, the key to longevity. And, I'm into that, okay, is not only living long, but being healthy the whole time, okay? And in spite of what they say, what you're supposed to be doing, we get old, go somewhere, sit down in a corner somewhere. No, if I'm alive, I want to be alive. And they said they talked about this training, and I'm like, okay, there's something. Okay, there we go. And there's something wrong with the picture. But this training, the muscle training and resistance training, lifting weights, doing it with a professional. Remember, I've talked about this a long time ago that the standard was extremely low. I think it's 90 minutes a week, okay, which is be equivalent to 3 half-hour sessions a week. It's 168 hours every week, and you're only taking an hour and a half to exercise. That was a extremely low minimum. You're not gonna get any results with that. Okay, it's like taking vitamin C. The recommended daily allowances is 60, and you can't go to the health food store and get a vitamin C under 250, 500. And I said, well, I listened to this conversation that Dr. Wilder was having. I mean, Dr. McCullough was having with this lady doctor. I thought I had. Yeah, here we go. Gabrielle Lyon, Lyon, and man, she go intense weightlifting. I mean, she get up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to be at the gym at 7 o'clock, and got a trainer to push her and intensely doing weights with the legs and upper parts of the body. I think 5 or 6 days a week. And they were stressing, the protein, and that the protein from animals is different from the protein from seeds. All right. Well, I know that for a fact because for 15 years I didn't eat any fish. And then when I put it back in, I noticed that the omega-3 from fish is different from the omega-3 from flax seeds. And that's what I was taking at the time to get omega-3. Since then, I do both. I eat fish. We offer a fast now. We've made it. Thank you, God, for giving us the strength to pull through that. But I get the omega-3 from the fish, and I don't use flaxseed no more. I mean, it's still a good source of omega-3, but I like the hemp seed, the chia seed, because it has not only omega-3s in it, it got 6 in it too. And you have to have a good balance between omega-3 and omega-6. And I will do the meat as far as fish, but they were talking about chicken. But McCullough said, did you get your farm-raised chicken? Yeah, but the chickens that they have out now was excuse me, loaded with chemicals, because of what they feed them is is not the best. And so local farmers that have chickens that actually are in the field with other animals eating grass, you know, that would be a source of getting the proteins in, which I don't mean my acids. Uh, not a doctor, Tim Horton, I think is his name. He was fitness guru. He came out with what they call it, PX40 or something, where he had got a rare disease and he couldn't exercise no more. But he do one of the things that I love humans to do is that they come up with a situation and they just put their mind together and said we're gonna find a solution. And he kept on searching and searching and searching, and he found this what he called it HM. No, it's on here because I pointed out to folks all the time. It's on the canister. Oh, yeah, HMB. That's what he called it, HMB. And vitamin D3 and other nutrients in there too. But it allows you to exercise and getting the proteins, digestible proteins, into your body. And I've been using it for about 3 or 4 months. I really like the effects of it because right now I love to dance. That's what's available. And I climb up these stairs. I walk around for about a half hour doing different walks. But I'm really thinking about weightlifting. My cousin had did that. He built this big physique. It was, and then he hurt his back, and he, he couldn't lift weights no more. He went back down to his regular size and stuff. And so I'm really thinking about that, y'all. So if I see me bulk up, it's because I decided to go do that. And I got a friend of mine that's a trainer. And but I'm saying that maybe you might want to consider or do some research on exercising and changing our mindset on exercising. Even Dr. Gabrielle Leung said she ain't crazy about it, but she loved the benefits. So you find a reason why you want to exercise that'll get you up in the morning. Yes, exercise is so important for longevity and puts some more wrinkles in the brain and keeps the brain sharp. Many, many benefits to exercise. This is Mikael from Healthwise, the health food store that's located at 3807 East 8 Mile Road, about 3 blocks west of Ryan. Between Ryan and DeQuinta, some people say between Taco Bell and Long John Silver. We're there to service you 6 days a week from Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7. And you can reach us by phone at 586-757-DIET. Again, that's 586-757-DIET. Our old number still works, 313-366-DIET. And if you want to text me or call me, you can at 313-600-8532. You can also email us at healthwisehealthfood@gmail.com. I'm feeling good, and I hope you are too. Thanks to my wife, she encouraged me to get a physical, and doctor wanted to know what was going on with me. And one of the first things they wanted to know is what's going on in your colon. And I'm like, bring it on, brother. So that means colonoscopy, And I'm like, okay. as long as they clean it with the proper ingredients, and which I had a list of. Don't have it with me now, but if you want to know what those ingredients are, you can call the store. It's right there on the wall, right over there by the telephone. Is the ingredients that really clean the tubes, because you don't want to transfer toxins from one colon to another. And the place I went to, they used 3 different methods to clean the tubes, and so I felt comfortable with that. Uh, okay, just the results were good. Thank God. Um, I'm happy the results were good. Because that's how I got into this business. And I learned that 98% of all diseases originate in the colon. And that was back in '68. So since then, I've been doing whatever I could to clean the colon, to keep the colon cleansed. And it's been working, you know. So I just thank God for giving me the message back in '68, and I guess the certitude to keep on keeping on, keeping the colon cleansed. The easiest thing right now is the oxy powder pills, which I just got to get some more of for the weekend. But I wanted to switch gears a little bit. I just basically want to let you know that keeping your colon cleansed makes a big, big difference in your life. 98% of all diseases originate in the colon, and I thank God. I can't thank him enough for giving me the information to not only clean my colon, but from what I hear from people, their colon is clean too. They are shocked that they have bowel movements that's 1, 2, sometimes 3 or 4 feet long, but they feel so much better. And then doing enemas and getting colonics, all that makes a difference. But I want to say switch gears because, y'all, it is so much corruption going on in this world. It is way beyond pathetic. It is so much. I can't encourage you enough to go to www.mercola.com. Spend the $5 a month or $50 a year to become a member of Mercola's website, because it's one of the few places you can get some truth about what's going on. Again, that's www.mercola.com. I'll zero in on things that's pertaining to health, okay? But all the information is going to affect us. And I can't stress enough that you do some research. This one kind of hit home because I got 2 grandsons. And at the rate the sperm count disruption is going on, that may be it, because their sperm count may be so low they can't produce. Yes, daily chemicals that are severely disrupting your hormones. That's why I brought these products here to help with the balancing out your hormones, especially the the prostrate helps. The one that I really wanted, okay, the male is a new one called male hormones. Okay, didn't bring that one. But it's a new product called male hormones. It help balance out your hormone levels. Okay. Um, this one here, the super testosterone, they had instrumentally stopped production of this one. Okay. So we have a new one from Longevity that's even more powerful than the super testosterone. It's called Zero Test. And again, they help balance out the hormones. Um, so this is the old bottle, the new one. I didn't have an example of, but I do have it at the store. And we put an order in of about 20, and that's about 2 weeks ago. It's just hard to get these supplies in, but we're going to do our best. But one of the major culprits that's interfering with development of man's hormones is the chemicals that's in the air, that's in the water, that's in the food. To protect you against the air, we use the silver water spray. And people been spraying up their nose 2 times up each nostril, breathing in deeply. I like to hold one nostril, give it even deeper to get it into the lungs, that silver water, once or twice a day at least, sometimes 5 times a day, and if it's really toxin, as much as 10 times a day, once every hour, okay, to kill those chemicals that we breathe in. According to recent published data, sperm count in men are rapidly decreasing, with environmental chemicals to blame. Could your fertility be affected too? A rapid decline in men's sperm concentration and count is occurring worldwide. While the rate of these sperms declined was just over 1% a year beginning in the year 1970, by the year 2000, the rate of decline more than doubled to 2.64% per year. One class of chemicals appears to be particularly detrimental to sperm: endocrine disruptors, okay, such as asbestos. Much of the damage occurred in early pregnancy during the critical developmental window. The damage can be passed on to future generations. This is one of the rumors or facts that I found out about that shot, that it will cause the woman to be sterile, and for her child to be sterile, and for that child's child to be sterile. Okay. I don't know if you're sterile, you're going to have a child. So how they come up with that, I don't know. But I think it was to inform you how harmful those shots were. Again, that's what I heard. Beyond this asbestos, pesticides has often so been shown to lower the sperm count, even down to 0 in adult men. Okay, that's pesticides that they use in the food. Okay, fruits and vegetables, they feed it to the animals, and the food that the animals eat, they're loaded with pesticides and herbicides and nitrates and nitrites. You can use the food grade hydrogen peroxide. You take 1 ounce of the 35%, you mix it with 11 ounces of water. You could soak your meat in that. Okay. Once it's thawed out in the refrigerator for at least a half hour. From reports we've seen, it pulls so much toxins out of the water, it looked like the dirtiest dishpan water you've ever seen. But when you take it out and rinse it off, you cook that meat, it tastes so much fresher. That's one thing. Another way is going to the suburbs and get your meat where the rich people get their meat from. Okay. For those interested in protecting their own fertility and that of future generations, as much as possible, avoid hormone disrupting chemicals is essential. Okay. Um, I don't know how much I'm gonna get to this, but Sean, a PhD, a reproductive embryologist with the leading school of medicine and Mount Sinai, New York, has been studying declining sperm count for decades. In the year 2017, she and colleagues published a study that went viral because it predicted an impending fertility crisis. Men experience a 50 to 60% decline in sperm count from 73 to 2011. The 2017 study found amounting to a decline of over 1% per year over the past 50 years. The team that expanded the study added 7 years of data and an expanding geological range. The new study, published in Human Reproduction Update in November 2022, includes data from 6 continents and 53 countries, including years 2011 to 2018, but the results reveal an equally disturbing trend. Expanding update studies raise red flags over sperm counts. The original 2017 study included men from North America, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand, but was criticized because it didn't include global data. At that time, there were too few studies from data from South and Central America, Asia, Africa to reliably estimate trends among men from these continents, the research teams explain. They trying to say that the white population is not producing, but the black population is, or the white population is not producing, but the brown population, the black population, and the red population is. It's just a thought that came to me. In this time that elapsed since their first studies, however, more research was published, enough to show a clear, significant decline in sperm concentration and count in men in Asia, Africa, and South America. This means the decline is worldwide. Okay. The rate of decline also changed when more recent data was added in. While the decline was just over 1% a year beginning in the year 1970, by the year 2000, the rate of decline more than doubled to 2.64% a year. That is very fast and very unusual, given that this was only in the last 18 years, from 2000 to 2018. Swan said, extremely rapid decline. Wow. Chemicals are behind the rapid decline. The pertinent question of what triggered this rapid decline in sperm count and concentration, genetics comes to mind, but Swans has ruled this out because the steep decline took place over just 2 generations, much too rapid for a change to be caused by genetics. This leaves us with environment, she says, breaking it down into 2 categories: lifestyle and chemicals. Lifestyle factors such as smoking, drinking, alcohol, stress, diet, exercise all affect the sperm count. So, too, do chemicals in the environment, the air, the water, household dust, food, and more have an effect? While there are many factors contributing to this reproduction calamity, Dr. Swan believed the one class of chemicals to be particularly detrimental to sperm count decline is the endocrine disruptors. Sperms are germ cells produced by the reproductive system. The production of sperm cells is governed by hormones, Swan explains, and sex hormones are altered by three chemicals, including pathanates, which lower testosterone levels, benzetol, including not only PBA, but also PBF, PBS, and other variants that have been used to replace PBA. Where are these toxic chemicals found? All over the place. Number one being plastics. That's the first thing they mention. See, at Healthwise, we stress people get to know what's going on. When you get these bottles, look at the bottom of it. Most of them have a triangle. If it have a 1 in it, leave that sucker on the shelf. You know, if those bottles in your car and the car get hot and you drink that water, it has a little funny taste to it. Well, that funny taste is that plastic that the water was sitting in, and that heat helped to release that poisonous toxins that's in that plastic into the water. And guess what that plastic is? PBA. And they got new names called PBF and PBS. Okay. From the plastics. And that's all plastics. You store your food in, you want to get PBA-free plastics, or store your food in glass. Okay. Canned food liners, epoxy adhesive, cash register receipts, toys, chalk and adhesives, vinyl flooring, flexible PVC pipes, food packaging, teething toys. I have seen PBA-free teething toys, personal care products, sports equipment. Beyond the benzetol, pesticides have also been shown to lower sperm count, even down to 0 in adult men, according to Swan. A sperm count can recover from pesticide exposure in about 3 months, providing he stops being exposed. But if a pregnant woman is exposed to pesticides, her unborn son can be affected, and his sperm count will not recover. Grandchildren are also affected as the changes are passed through generations. Who are we? I didn't know this was going to be so deep. Intragenital disturbs hints at chemical exposure in utero. Research by Sean and colleagues found that women exposed to phthalates during pregnancy are also linked to male babies' anteroginal distance, AGD, the distance from the anus to the base of the penis, with higher exposed association with shortened AGD. Later in life, shorter AGD is linked with smaller penises and poor semen quality, such that some believe AGD at birth is predicted of adult reproductive function. The more testosterone exposure in utero, the greater the AGD distance. If there's not enough testosterone exposure, or if it comes at the wrong time, Sean says, then that genetic male will have an AGD that's smaller than it should be. The way I understood what she just shared with us is that the AGD, that's ANO gentile distance, hence at chemical exposure, the distance from the anus to the base of the penis, with a higher exposure associated with a shorten that distance. Wow. There are consequences. And it turns out that if a young man has a shorter than expected AGD for his body size, then he will have a shorter sperm count and he'll be more likely to be infertile. So this is undoubtedly part of the picture of declining sperm count. During critical phases of development is early pregnancy. If the platelets occupy the testosterone receptors in the fetus, it signals its body to not produce enough testosterone on its own. At that point, I can't stress enough about pregnant women taking the Ultimate Classic, because they say all diseases is caused by lack of minerals and trace minerals. The Ultimate Classic gives you over 19,000 milligrams of these trace minerals, which is over 600 per 1 ounce serving. And we've got over 30-something women that took this while they were pregnant, and their children came out excellent. Okay. At this point, the AG stops growing, and the boys will be under masculine, Sean says. They also affect the germ cells that will go on to become sperms, which when he becomes a young man. And so they are impaired by this as well. So when he grows on to and try and have a child, he won't do as well. His sperm count will be lower and he won't be able to do the job. While much of the damage occurs in early pregnancy during critical developmental windows, when the fetus is first formed and the cells are rapidly dividing, exposing, they're continuing, accumulating throughout life. Worse still, the damage that occurs can pass on to future generations, and it's not only boys that are affected. Female fetus in utero, Sean explained, is growing the egg that she will use to have her own children. These chemicals can make their way to those germ cells too. A PLOS genesis study also demonstrated generational effects of hormone disrupting chemicals, with effects worsening with each subsequent generation until by the third generation, some of the animals would not produce any sperm. Assisted reproduction technology used up more than threefold. Sean's book, Countdown, goes into detail about how the modern world not only is threatening sperm count, but also altering reproduction development in males and females, and in doing so, impairing the future of the human race. In terms of reproduction consequences, this means it's going to be harder to conceive a child. a trend that's already become apparent since 1996. U.S. births that occurred versus assisted reproduction technology are up more than threefold. This may also have consequences, Sean says, as research suggests boys born through couples that have gone through assisted reproduction techniques have lower sperm counts themselves. Meanwhile, men with lower sperm counts tend to die younger than men with higher sperm count. Sperm count tells us not only just about ability to conceive, but also tells us something about longevity, which is pretty important. Overall, when the fertility rate goes down, it means fewer children are being born. While some believe that's a good thing, Sean says the data suggests the world population will continue to increase until the year 2040, 2050. At that point, it predicts that it will drop and it will never come back. This means there will be fewer young people around to support older people. This is a social problem that is growing and already being felt in Japan, China, and other Asian countries. Swans warned that in 2021 that if the curve of declining sperm counts from 2017 study continues, by the year 2045, the median sperm count will be 0. It is speculative to explorate, but there's also no evidence that it is tapering off. This means that most couples may have to use assisted reproduction, she says. Further, now we know declining sperm count has not tapered off, but actually accelerated. What to do if you're looking to start a family? Strawn's findings have implicated for the whole of humanity, but in the media she shares advice for people interested in starting a family in the near future. They should think about what they're allowing into their bodies, even right now, in terms of the kind of food, the kind of drinks, the kind of air, the kind of products that are used in their homes, the cosmetics they use. Mostly just be aware that this all matters. And then I would say men should bank a sperm sample. Why not? It's not difficult. It's not particularly expensive. Now you can do it at home with a mail-in sample. If you mean to conceive a child in the next 10 years, why not have a sample that probably okay? By the same measure, I would say that every man should have his sperm tested. If it's not great quality, he should think about what to do to improve that in terms of lifestyle, exposure, and so on. I never thought about having the sperm count quality tested to see what your longevity gonna be. We tell the brothers to come we have a sex pill called Confidence. We always encourage the brothers that would listen that 90% of a man's ejaculation is lecithin and 20% of the brain is lecithin. We jokingly say that's why a man lose their head over a woman. But taking lecithin is important because it is emulsifier, help breaks down fats, and water and oil don't mix, but it's food for the brain. I wonder what lecithin have to do with the sperm count. It just makes me think about it. But I know that male hormones supplements is very important. I did not know it was to the point of how long you're going to live. and these toxins, fast foods, is actually killing. Oh, it's okay. Okay, now, Makoto goes on. He says, is that I believe the electromagnetic fields, EMFs, are another significant factor for to observe decreasing in the male sperm count. So that electromagnetic field that you get from cell phones, okay, brothers wear it in their pocket, right next to the reproduction system, is having an effect on the sperm count. Now, at Healthwise, we have these plugs. You can bring your phone to Healthwise. We put the plug on your phone for 5 minutes, and based on the research, it neutralizes electromagnetic fields from the cell phones. Once the energy is in your phone, the energy will stay there forever as long as you don't let your phone go down to 0. If it does, once energy is in your phone, you can put your phone next to a million other phones, and in 5 minutes, they neutralize electromagnetic field from that phone. And say if your phone goes dead, somebody in your household has the energy in their phone, you can put yours next to theirs for 5 minutes, and now you got that protection again from this electromagnetic field. Again, Makoto says, I believe electromagnetic fields are another significant factor for observed decrease in the male sperm count. Writing in clinical and experimental reproduction medicine, researchers note that many in vivo studies have revealed that EMF exposure can alter reproduction function, including sperm mortality, with effects varyingly according to the frequency, duration, exposure, and strength of the EMF. Not only to protect you against EMF from your cell phone, all these towers put out EMF. All these wiring put out EMF. The wiring in your home put out EMF. This plug helps neutralize that EMF effects on you. As long as you got your phone within 3 feet of you, and if you get the plug in your home, in 2 days, it protects your whole home and 5 feet outside your home, based on the research. For those interested in protecting their own fertility and that of the future generation as much as possible, reduce your EMF exposure and avoid hormone-disrupting chemicals are essential. Swan also recommends some sample solutions like eating unprocessed foods that you cook yourself as much as possible to reduce your exposure to plastic food packaging and using only simple, unscented personal care and household products. One silver lining in this platelet leaves your body quickly in a matter of hours after exposure. They are non-persistent chemicals, unlike other toxins like dioxin, PCB, or lead. So if people stop taking them in, the damage done in fertility will stop, at least from this class of chemicals. I did not know it was going to be that detrimental, but it's that serious. I mean, these powers that be, is some of the stuff they do to lower the number of people on the planet. They would go to any measure. Is way beyond me. But when you're dealing with the devil, that's what kind of results you get. And more so, it's the devil mindset. It's the evil mindset. We've heard for years that the white population has been in decline for years, but now we find out from this study is all the populations on the planet is in decline from these chemicals that's worldwide. So I can't stress enough to get a strong multiple vitamin and a strong multiple mineral into your system daily. Because all diseases, not me saying that, but Paulus Lining, who's the only person that got 2 Nobel Peace Prizes, that's one of his quotes, that all diseases is caused by a lack of minerals. So your body take those minerals and make enzymes, and enzymes eat up the parasite eggs that cause diseases. There's a whole lot more going on than that, but that's one of the points that I remember about the importance of minerals. The one I favor is the Ultimate Classic, because it has a high doses of vitamins and minerals, also amino acids, and it was the one that developed back in the 30s to prevent over 900 different diseases for the animals. See, back in the 30s, the farmers were complaining because the animals was not reproducing. They was mating with each other, male with the male, female with the female. The farmers complained enough, the government did a study, document 264, that came out in 36, saying that the animals were suffering from all these different diseases because of lack of the minerals. They developed a product that like the Ultimate Classic, and it prevented and cured over 900 different diseases. They say, well, won't you do that for humans? Well, humans got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Okay. So, I can't stress enough, the Ultimate Classic. Just not only this pregnant woman, just everybody. Everybody needs a strong multiple vitamin, multiple mineral. There's hormone, male hormone, and female hormones. There's 2 new products put out by this company, Global. Stay on order. As soon as they can get them in, you can just give us a call. Hopefully by this time next week, they'll be here. All right. But we do have the Ultimate Classic right now. And we do have water bottles that, you can get. And hopefully you share that information with other folks. That's one of the things we really, each one teach one, is what I grew up with in the 60s. You can come by and visit us at 3807 East 8 Mile Road, about 3 blocks west of Ryan, between Ryan and DeQuinta. It's a long building. It's red and white at one end, and then we at the other end, which is close to Long John Silver, which is orange and white. And there's a big sign on the building that says Healthwise Foods, and we're there to service you from 10 to 7, Monday through Saturday. And you can give us a call at 586-757-DIET. Again, that's 586-757-DIET, or that's when you get directly to the store. 313-366-DIET. Sometimes you get the store, sometimes you get me. Or you want me directly, or send me a text at 313-600-8532. So, thanks for tuning in, and more so, thanks for sharing this information with other folks. And peace and love. Getting 5 hugs a day is still healing. I don't care what they say. Peace and love, y'all.